Most people attempt to build wealth in the loudest way possible. They chase dropshipping, crypto flips, and personal branding courses. Most are broke. Meanwhile, a person quietly owning a neighborhood laundromat is worth over $1 million. They aren't chasing clout or checking an algorithm. They're usually home by 4 p.m. because they build a repeatable, invisible, and relentless business. Harry was 32 and stuck in a logistics job, taking home about $3,400 a month. He tried the exciting routes, a drop shipping store that netted $97, a crypto run that lost thousands. He was exhausted by high-hype models that offered zero predictable cash flow. Then he read The Millionaire Next Door. It showed real-world wealth is heavily concentrated in dull, normal businesses, repair companies, small factories, and local services people use again and again. He realized that seeking a clever niche is often a mystical trap. The reliable path requires serving a basic community need and letting time do the heavy lifting. Harry found a neglected laundromat 15 minutes from his apartment. It hadn't been updated in decades, but it sat in a dense neighborhood where renters lacked in-unit machines. Every single week, those people need clean clothes. They pay and return. The asking price was $198,000. Harry's entire net worth at the time was a paid-off hatchback and about $800 in savings. He scraped together $27,000 by selling the car and opening a line of credit, but he was still short by 6 figures. Through seller financing, Harry paid $27,000 down and paid the retiring owner the rest over 7 years from business profits. Month 1 grossed over $9,200. After subtracting rent, utilities, staff, and the loan, Harry kept $1,317, the start of a new financial direction. That $1,317 was the most important money he'd ever earned. It required 0 extra hours at his logistics job. He had successfully moved from trading his time for a salary to owning an income-producing asset. Harry noticed that every successful, boring business shares 3 characteristics. First, the income relies on habits, not decisions. You don't have to market to people to convince them to wash their clothes. They do it automatically. Second, the cost is low drama. A few dollars for a wash cycle or a soda slides under a customer's emotional radar because there's no family meeting required to spend $12. The income stays stable even when the economy fluctuates. Third, you eventually own the underlying hard asset. Whether it's the machines, the storage units, or the land itself, you are building equity in something physical that retains value over time. Harry's laundromat passed all 3. He wasn't at the mercy of a search engine or a social media algorithm. He was simply monetizing a repetitive human behavior in a specific geographic area. This creates a predictable cash flow that operates on a different logic than a startup. It scales through reliability and repetition rather than viral growth. Once the laundry was running, Harry noticed a captive audience. People were waiting for their clothes with nothing to do. He bought a vending machine for $2,300 and installed it by the door, effectively monetizing the wait time his first business already created. By his 12th month, the vending route alone was netting over $2,400 a month. This chart shows the crossover point. His total side income from the laundry and vending was now over $4,600, comfortably exceeding his logistics salary. He took that surplus and partnered with a contractor to build a self-storage facility. This added another $1,500 a month to his take-home pay, but more importantly, it gave him a 31% stake in a massive physical asset. This stacking strategy works across dozens of categories. Local car washes, for instance, rely on the same volume-based math and hard asset ownership. It also applies to service routes. A single pest control route with 80 homes generates nearly $5,000 a month in recurring revenue. The owner doesn't need a storefront, just a truck and a schedule. The industry is just the vehicle. The strategy is to find a captive audience or a recurring need and stack interlocking low-drama income streams. 6 years after starting, Harry reached age 38. He didn't have a viral moment. He simply spent 2,000 days stacking boring assets. His net worth hit $1 million through a combination of 3 things: the appreciation of his $341,000 laundromat, the equity in his storage facility, and the compounding returns of nearly $6,000 in monthly side profits that he funneled into index funds for 72 straight months. This milestone happened because He focused on debt pay, own, and asset growth rather than chasing a single explosive year. He lived on his logistics salary and let the boring businesses build his wealth. You can start this process by spending one afternoon looking at the actual businesses for sale in your city. Find 5 laundromats or vending routes. Look for neglect and check the numbers. Building wealth is a predictable system of owning assets that serve needs rather than trends. If you can handle the reputation, you can own your financial future.